I think our communities in our city can revitalize neighborhood high schools. I do, however, think that before we can get there, some structural challenges must be addressed. We can talk about parent engagement, we can talk about out-of-school time programming and more instruction rather than teaching to the test, but a lot of that is policy, right? So I think we need to address certain policies that are affecting Black and brown communities disproportionately. So I think that at the end of the day, we can begin, and there's going to be some things that are low-hanging fruit that we can immediately address, but I think ultimately our communities need to mobilize to change policies. So I think that as communities have a lot of power, I think that historically neighborhood schools have become school buildings that are unused. I think transforming school buildings into community centers, bringing in programming. Schools shouldn't be closed after 3 p.m. Schools need to stay open. A lot of times our communities don't have green spaces or community centers. Our schools can serve that purpose. Our schools can provide after-school programming, before-school programming, Saturday programming that's welcoming of all students and their parents and communities. Anything from academic intervention to academic enrichment programs to adult education, we should be utilizing those spaces. I don't believe that students like commuting so far away, 3-4 buses away, maybe 1 bus away to a magnet school. I think that if students were given a choice and if parents were given a choice, they would love to go to their neighborhood schools. Unfortunately, neighborhood schools face a lot of challenges that haven't been addressed, and even when they are addressed, they face the challenge of undoing a legacy or a reputation of being a bad school. I know of neighborhood schools that offer great programming and have great leadership, but also face some challenges in communicating that to their neighborhood, to their community, so they suffer from bad reputation. But unless we address structural issues, I do think that we're going to continue to have that one good school in the neighborhood, right? And that one success story of a student that made it out of the neighborhood. But if we address structural issues, I think that we would be able to create a community of schools that are successful. I think that teaching to the test, as well as this investment in neighborhood schools has caused communities also to suffer other consequences. Schools have been pillars of communities, and when schools are shut down, closed, or disinvested in, they're weak, and our communities suffer, and the blocks that surround it suffer. So if we invest in schools, we really are investing in community and in the future of Chicago.